welcome in Lambalan. Today with our guests, Lynn and Agent. We are discussing a song called Last Day Under the Sun by Volbeat. Lynn, why did you pick that song?
Lions. It has wonderful symbolism. And lions. Lions are majestic. They're symbolic of kings, of strength, so the symbolic reference of lions in the song is amazing. That's the first. And the second is there's something called the Lions Gate portal that is happening right now between August 8th and August 12th. Every year, there's this celebration about the Lions Gate portal. And it's symbolic of creation and beauty. And so like it's this cosmic doorway to other dimensions, and that's opening. And so this is the last day that we're recording. This is the last day of this Lionsgate portal that is happening right now in astrology. So that's why I chose it.
Yeah, thank you for educating me on that. I did not know. Although lions are very close to me, in a sense, astrological lions.
I think of lions. What's their family called?
Pack.
Pride.
Pride.
Right.
A group of lions is called a pride.
Oh, I did not know that.
Yeah.
I always thought it's a pack of lions.
Yeah. Pack of jackals, maybe.
Pride of lions. Yeah.
Let me get my composure. Last Day Under the Sun with Volbeat. I'm in the lion's cave. I've done it all before. I feel alive again, but maybe not for long. Another day will come full of light and desire.
I'm in the lion's cave. So when we think about, the cave. Also, lions are in the Bible too. So if you're a Christian, that would be what is it? Daniel in the lion's den?
Yes, I was just thinking of that. Yes, Daniel goes into the lion. He's thrown into the lion's den. They don't eat him.
Okay, so it says I've done it all before. So it's like this repetition of things happening over and over again. I feel alive again, but maybe not for long. Another day will come full of light and desire. So it's like being a lion and having strength in a cave. It's like repetition, been here, done that. Here we go again. Taking a chance.
So do you think full of light and desire is a positive thing, or do you think that would be kind of like, yeah, obviously it sounds positive, right? What do you think, Kara?
I actually think a person found himself in the situation that had been there before. It actually talks about danger. Lion's Cave must be pretty dangerous, right? And I have done it all before. And I feel it all again. All that butterflies, let's say, in the stomach before something is about to happen. Full of light and desire. But there is a fear that it will not be there for long. Actually, I see it as fear rather than hope. Because that thing of feeling alive is pretty intoxicating. It's beautiful. And yeah, that's how I see it.
This speaks to some drama that I'm currently undergoing.
Mm.
So when you first like that excitement, fear, tension when you're first attracted to somebody, right?
Yeah.
It's like on the edge, totally on the edge of safety and non-safety, or protection
Yes.
and non-protection.
It's a
It's
gamble,
like,
right? Do I stay? Yeah.
do you go back into your secure little shell, or do you
Your cave.
do like Daniel and you like, I don't know, fight the lions?
I
I'm
always
in the
fight the
line.
lions. Yeah, that comes with being spoiled.
Okay, elaborate, please.
So this means each time I feel like I'm in that unpredictable situation, which is a lion's cave, I feel always excitement, and I feel like I'm gonna win each time. Like there is no losing for me somehow. Like there is this massive amount of confidence of I don't know, my ability to conquer every lion somehow.
Really?
Yeah.
That's awesome.
I don't know if it's not delusional, but like but it does speak. It was kept throwing into very unpredictable situation as a child. I was like, boom, deal with that thing. And then you conquer, you own the place. Then you grow up and you thrown into another situation and you deal with it and you conquer and you survive and you come out stronger by the end of that. And each time, every lion's cave seems like an opportunity for me. It's being spoiled.
What is the spoil? I don't. That doesn't map for me somehow.
It means that my experience is not relatable for other people. My experience would mean that I come into the group with a certain sense of entitlement, and the entitlement being met each time. So I don't see the world as other people do who come into the room and they're being crushed, as opposed to me.
So is this a narrative that you came up and you believe yourself, or something that someone told you?
No, somebody told me that. Somebody who didn't have the same experience as I did, they would say, you are spoiled. You have it all served to you on a plate.
Yeah, and meanwhile, you're talking about the fact that the reason that you have this is because you went through struggle.
Yes, I had been thrown. I literally, in the middle of the lake, my dad took me, 4-year-old me, and threw me into cold water, and I could not swim. It was middle of the lake. From the boat, he just threw me, and he said, "Deal with it." And I was drowning basically, and my mom was super pissed at my dad. And then I came out. I remember bouncing off the bottom of the lake and swimming up and trying to grasp for air. And he said, I'm you don't understand. I'm teaching her a lesson. She will need it.
So, Kara, I don't think you're spoiled. I think you have a strength that other people want to dismiss as being spoiled because they can't deal with your power.
I don't know. Thank you, though. Thank you.
But so I kind of relate to that too, because I've been thinking about some of my struggles. I think there's been a poor me attitude, but now I'm realizing how it tempered me. You know what I mean? Like I got pretty much destroyed by some of my past experiences in the drug world or whatnot, right? And just through mental illness, and now I'm rebuilding. And so this is where the song speaks to my personal journey. All of a sudden there's some light and desire entering into my life, and I'm like, do I play it safe, just sit in this cave that I built? Or do I venture out, you know what I mean, to take a chance? And then so when you say that you're able to deal with it, or you're talking about facing challenges and just dealing with it and growing with it, that it really spoke to me.
Yeah.
I remember saving my son. We were swimming. We had a swimming pool in the apartment complex. and he had this little floaty, and he was in the deep end and playing with this floaty, and he fell off the floaty and he sunk to the bottom of the deep end. And I, was sitting by the pool, and I jumped in clothes and everything and rescued him. And it was like everything goes in slow motion. Your kid's at the bottom of the pool. It's like everything just slows down, and it's like you just know exactly what to do and how to do it. Almost like this, everything lines up, and it's like jumping in, and then I got him up, and he just coughed a little bit and was fine. I didn't have to do CPR. He was fine. And then I put him back on the floaty, and he kept on playing. So it's like, it's so funny how, gosh, I guess if I was a different mom, I would have done it, maybe freaked out and gone in the house or got into the apartment, but we just kept on swimming. I was just like, oh, well, I mean, I was like, he was fine. But when you say swimming, I was thinking about when I had to jump in and save my son from the
I have a
sinking.
question related to it, Linda. Like, how is he now? Is he able to swim well?
Yeah. Yeah, he's a good swimmer. Yeah. He swims.
So that's the lesson, though. You did not overprotect. You gave a child freedom to discover the problem and to be able to incorporate it in the neural passages, let's say, in our brain. And now the child is able to go into a swimming pool, go into the water, and not be scared of it.
Right.
So
Well, I
he's
mean,
not traumatized.
I guess if I would have reacted a different way, I could have traumatized him forever, where he would have been afraid of water. You know what I mean? So it's like your reaction as a parent, like, molds this child. Is like, it's like, he's a great swimmer, and he's a great son. So I'm very proud of him.
You're a great mom.
I love him. So, okay. I admit, my son is awesome.
So Kara, I'm curious, when you look back on what your dad did, do you look at it like with some kind of like animosity? Do you look at it with kind of like, oh, this, or like, what is your emotional balance around that?
It's scientific. I don't know if it's emotional, though. It must have felt like a betrayal because it was unexpected. I do remember the color of water, and I remember the bubbles because my eyes were open and like I was shocked. My mouth was open. I remember bubbles going up. He pulled me out as well. It did give me a good idea about how water works, but it also make me rebel further on against any source of power because I know at some point I will be thrown into cold water.
So
yeah,
I have a story just recently this summer, and I don't know if I'm a bad uncle or not. My nephew wanted to play with me. He's like, chase me, uncle, and you can't throw me in the pool. So I chased him, and I got him, and I threw him in the pool. And then he was like, what the hell? You threw me into the pool, kind of thing. Looking at me. I was like, should I not have done that?
Was he safe? Yes.
What's that? He was safe. He was in the shallow end. He can swim. And I even lowered him kind of slowly, right?
Oh, that's not throwing. Lowering him slowly.
Well, I held him like this high above it, and then I dropped him, right?
Okay. I think you lowering a child slowly into a pool.
I didn't lower him slowly. I picked him up and I went like this, like, so he's like, and then I dropped him. But it was the shallow end.
Yeah, dude, like, it's not the same. You were a great uncle. Like, I promise you, there is no sense of betrayal in that.
But the thing is he didn't think that I would do it. Like, it kind of taught him a lesson. Maybe don't, you know what I mean? Don't say that I'm going to throw you in the pool if you don't want to be thrown in the pool, right? It was his idea.
But that you need that kind of lesson. Otherwise, you will keep going through the world thinking people will not do a thing, and people will definitely do a thing.
and they'll call you on it. So you have to know that they'll call you on your shit. I guess we both
Yes.
learn lessons.
Here we go. Is your life okay? Is it who you are? Are you right on track? Or has it gone too far? Well, only you will know. Don't let the blues get you down. I'll be alone in the end. I'll be alone in the blue. Oh. And then it does the last day under the sun is the first thing of it. So I think it's kind of the same of what we were talking about, it seems like, you know?
Mhm. So we go through those questions that we ask each other each moment. It's like kind of reality check. Am I here now? Is my life okay? Am I the person I think I am? Am I on the right path? Did I stray from my path? But the truth is, because we are the creator of our own destiny, let's say, only we know the answer to that.
Yeah, I agree with everything that you say. And it's kind of like neat. It's kind of like, you know, it's kind of like the stanza is almost kind of like, it's almost kind of like a practice. You know, occasionally you should check in with yourself because you could go years of just being on the wrong path or not being yourself or not being authentic with who you are, you know, and then it could be your last day and you could go, I just wasted 20 years not being authentic, right?
Yeah.
So there's a component of self-respect. Self-respect is a good way to look at it for me. It's like having that North Star, you know? We have these bodies, and so saying who you are, it changes with, and everyone is in their own perspective, and everyone's in their own world, and everyone has their own way of looking at it. So saying who I am, it's like there's no Lynn here. It's more like fluid.
Would you say that you see yourself as a process, almost like a unfolding process?
Oh, that's a really good yes. And there's a quality to living in the present moment that it's like you have this unity consciousness where you like you flow with life. And so to say that, is that who you are? It's like putting judgment or a label on things that don't need to be there, because you're flowing with life and having the right grip on the goodness and light of your life.
I just thought of something like this is very like I've been contemplating like Vervaeke's continuous cosmos and whatever, and like you have like the Western perception of progress, right? Like you're on this path or this journey, and the Eastern perception of I use East-West, maybe that's not a right thing, but we'll just leave it for now. Like this kind of like cycles and stuff. So this kind of assumes like a journey is in a kind of progress towards something almost. Do you think, or maybe like, are you on the right track? You know, that presupposes that you're going somewhere.
Yeah. Like for me, is your life okay? It's the reality check. Are you happy? Is it who you are? Is the reality check, is it all that you wanted to be? Are you actually who you wanted to be? And then the next question, are you right on track? Same. Are you doing anything you can to achieve the goals that you set for yourself? Has it gone too far? Have you been too much lost in the woods of procrastination?
Or so busy creating that you don't step back and see the beauty of it. You know, you can
Yeah.
be so stuck in creating that you don't see the beauty, but then the opposite happens too, doesn't it?
You know,
Or you're giving me a weird look, Nodrik. She's, what are you
No,
talking about?
no. It's true. No, it's true. Sometimes you have to appreciate what I hear you say is like, are you appreciating the things that you actually do? Are you keep criticizing your life all the time, thus drowning yourself in self-deprecation rather than actually generating positivity and joy in everything that actually God bestowed upon you? I see it. Yeah. It's also very important to appreciate the things that had manifested already.
yeah. Yeah, and I totally relate to the stanza and this way of looking at things. And then you're going to go through struggles. Let's say you go into a journey and then you discover that you took the wrong path, and now what do you do? Or you've spent years in a relationship that you're not certain about or whatever. And then what you come to the realization that you weren't being authentic with yourself, but then don't let the blues get you down. That insight that and like even the pain of going on the journey and maybe not getting the answer, you do the check-in and it doesn't work out as well as you want, but then having that insight is important because that can tempers you learn from it, right? I'll be alone in the end. I'll be alone in blue. Oh, well, it's the last day under. Yes, the last day under the sun. So I've been thinking about this too. I'm thinking like for instance, from my personal perspective, if you don't mind, like will I ever have another relationship? Will I be alone in the end? You know what I mean? And then like this could be like the last day, but then you have so then I think of it like, no, today's a good day. Like it's like there's this other song by Bombay Bicycle Club that is like, if I had a job, everything would be all right. If I had a job, everything would be fine. And it's like, if I didn't have a job, everything would be good. You know what I mean? It's all about trade-offs, right? Like,
Yeah.
What if today was your last day? Whether you're alone or not, like, can you make peace with it and find the happiness in that?
No.
Okay. Well, what comes to my mind is when we die alone, really. I mean, maybe our friends or our family will be next to us. I mean, in the room dying, but it's something we have to do by ourselves. Nobody can die for us.
Yeah. Is anyone ever really like you're always kind of alone? Like, I don't know, maybe that's a weird way of me not having a positive relationship, but like even in relationships, sometimes you're alone, or sometimes you want to hold on to them and try to not be alone so bad that you cling, but like you're always kind of alone in a way, right?
I like alone or not, I still think about the last day under the sun. Loneliness is never a thing that ever scared me. Like I never was afraid of being alone because like I kind of used to it. In a sense, it's comfortable. Plus, even surrounded with other people, you're mostly still alone because nobody ever gets you. But the realization that it's your last day under the sun gives you this freedom on one side that you don't have to do anything else. On the other side, it has this sort of pressure. Have you ever achieved the things you wanted to achieve in the past? What are you going to leave behind? Like, is this how you're gonna go out? Like all of those questions, they put pressure on you. Like ultimately, if it's the last day under the sun, you should just like relax and enjoy and let it go and like have fun. But then What are the things you haven't achieved but dreamed of your life, all of your life? We went so dark.
I was thinking about
Yes,
history,
exactly.
you know? I was
Being-
thinking about history. You know, look at the pyramids. The only thing that's left of the pyramids are those big statue dudes on Easter Island. It's like time marches on with or without us. So if we accomplish something in our life or not, I don't know that. I don't know how valuable it is in the sense that if it gives us meaning in our lives now, but everything dies. Everything turns to dust. Even the sun dies. The sun will die someday.
Mm.
But then again, so the only thing we have is now. Dark.
True.
Dark. Freedom. I don't know. Yeah, I'm kind of weird that way. Like, because I'm an introvert, I like my alone time and I treasure it. But at the same time, now I'm thinking I would like some not alone time. But I'm like, I have no idea how to fucking deal with that, whatever.
Yeah,
So,
I'm an
Kara-
introvert too. I'm an introvert too. Go ahead. I'm sorry, I interrupted.
I'm an extrovert, but what it makes me think is the socially accepted things, actually.
Mm.
As an extrovert, my perception of reality and behavior depends on how will I be seen by others. So I kind of keep serving others all my life.
Mm.
And the things that I really want that would be rejected socially, those are the things that ultimately would not matter if it was the last day under the sun.
Mm.
And so what I think is, if it was the last day under the sun and I could do anything I want to do, would I keep going my life as it is, or would I do something courageous?
Yeah. It's kind of a neat practice in the sense to say, if this was the last day, what would you do? Gives you perspective, right? Like,
Yeah.
and I like what you said about courageous too, right? That resonates with me strongly too. And then, yeah, because I realize in so many ways, like I play it safe. You know what I mean? I have this cave that I'm in. It's a very safe place, but at the same time, you make that gamble, right?
Yeah.
And if you realize how finite your life is, because you could, like, so that one line where he says, has it gone too far, right? Like, has the time passed? Has the opportunity left?
And the answer is no. It's never too late. It's never too late because we are not our bodies. We are the mind behind bodies and we are the energies. That's my way of looking at things.
So I also wanted to read, the Lionsgate portal. The Lionsgate portal I mentioned earlier at the beginning. Lionsgate portal is an event that gives people chance to fulfill their dreams. Every year on August 8th, an astrological event called the Lionsgate portal opens in the sky. The celestial occurrence has started gaining traction in recent years, but according to astrologers, it is centuries old. So that's the Lionsgate portal.
Yeah,
that we're in right now.
So guys, just dream right now, make wishes and
dream. Yeah. Nobody really knows how many years went by. The lion left his home, and now he's good and fine.
What do you project on this, Lynn?
Oh, I think about my son. You know, he's left. He's gone. He's an adult. It's like an empty nester.
Is
Oh,
this recent?
huh?
Is this recent?
Well, yeah. I mean, 2017 he graduated. So okay, it's been 5 years. Okay, I get it, but I still miss him. Okay, it's still going on. That's my projection.
So when I was younger, I packed all my shit and went and worked on the cruise ships. Every once in a while, I get this urge because I have a very comfortable place. I have all my stuff and I can create and I can learn and study. But every once in a while, I go, if you had the opportunity for an adventure, would you pack all your shit into a storage thing and just go? I don't know. It's a
Yeah,
question.
you totally would, aren't you?
I love the eyebrows movement that you did, Kara.
Yeah, like 100%. You will totally move if you have a chance. Of course you do. We are adventurers by nature. We are not people who meant to sit at home.
Yeah, it's interesting, right? Like that's what a lot of this song seems to be saying to me from my personal experience is that like, yeah, I've got like I even call it like my it's like my fortress of solitude, my safe house. You know, I'm in my safe house, kind of hiding out. And even the other night, I went out and I was like, oh, I left my safe house. You know what I mean? It's like into the world. And even like when he talks about light and desire, isn't that a chance you take, an adventure that you take if you find someone that you're curious? Well, you don't know if it's going to work out. You don't know if they're going to break your heart. You don't know. You know what I mean? You don't know. It could be the worst possible thing. Everything could fall apart. You know what I mean? Like,
I even think if you know for sure that everything will fall apart, will you still go for it? Just for the case of the journey, you know? Like, I'm the type of person, I know everything will fall apart. I know it's impossible. I know there is no chance of success. And my inside, let's go for it. Let's try it. Let's beat all the odds. If we suffer, we suffer, but we will be sure that we are the ones who made this choice, right? Like, it's live your life to the fullest, in a sense.
It reminds me of my favorite quote. Life is either an adventure or nothing at all. This is by Helen Keller.
wow.
So I always think about Helen Keller. You know, she couldn't hear, she couldn't see,
Yeah.
and she found a way to communicate. So it was like, in order to explore the world, you have to figure out how to do it. You know, how to, you know, float in that adventure space.
Yeah, and even here, when the singer sings, the lion left its home, and now he's good and fine. So the thing is not being stuck at home. You have to live your life to the fullest, as if it's the last day on earth, as if tomorrow never gonna happen. In a sense, do the things you always postponed. Like, procrastination is the enemy of that song, basically. Yeah, fully on my projection to that song.
It seems to be mapping on my experience too, so I'm sure other people will relate. Another day will come full of light and desire. The memories are all we have, so keep them safe and sound. Nothing matters but what we've learned. Get your feet back on the ground.
Yeah, so it feels like he's convincing himself of this being not the last day. like he's going back and forth. On one side is the last day under the sun, but still another day will come. So like keep grounded, live as if the future will happen.
Well, as an embodiment piece, you know. So it's like keep your feet on the ground. To me, it's a stay in your body, and you have to respect it. You can't throw shit away. You can't live like it's your last day and then not have you still have to respect your body and this moment, and there's a sacred component to it, is how I feel that. You know, you have to keep your feet on the ground and live in this balance between the two worlds.
I think there's like a balance, like between like a steady progression and then suddenly having an opportunity and striking. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? So like, I think of someone that would maybe not do it so well, they suddenly just decide to move to Los Angeles or something, and then they don't have a grounded plan and they just end up on the street or something. Like you need a balance. You have to be able to find the right timing, the right moment.
100% Corey. The memory is all we have. That one is weird because I both agree and disagree with that.
Mm.
We have more than memories. We have people who are right now in our life. Like we still have them. They are not memories. They're here and now. So it's not all. We do have the memories, but the truth is the things that we have right now is the actual reality that we have right now. It's not all in the memories.
I mean, in many ways, I love my life, but I do kind of, I struggle with that line as well. But there are times when I've just laughed, and like when I was away traveling, you know, all I have is those memories, right? Like, because I'm no longer, because things change, people come and go in your life, and events change, you know. But I still have the memory of walking in the French Quarter, New Orleans by myself. You know what I mean? I still have the memory of seeing a flying fish jump out of the water and going, I think I'm crazy. I just saw a fish fly, you know? And then, nope, that was an actual real flying fish. But yeah, the memories are all we have. Like if it is your last day, I guess maybe if you're old, and when you're old, that is all you have, right?
Yeah. Well, with that line about memories is all you have, I was thinking about, okay, well, a couple things came to play. I was thinking about when somebody dies, they're no longer on this planet, and that's all you have of them is their memories. So I think about my parents, you know, both of them are gone now. And you know, there have been times when I miss my mom, for example, and that's all you do have after somebody dies is the memories. So that's what that line kind of popped out for me, as well as when I went to see them. I seen Volbeat play this song in concert in 2019, and they're right around the song, the ambulance came to the concert hall. Apparently somebody had like overdosed, and the rumor is like, you know, somebody had died in the arena, which was just freaky. It was really freaky because, you know, they had sung the song and then that's all you have of them.
So I think of that not just when people die, but in your life you go through a journey, and sometimes someone walks with you in that journey. Like for instance, like someone you're going through care, and I've had this experience too. And you think those people are always going to be beside you or whatever, but then things change and they go into a different path, and you go a different path, and sometimes you never see those people again. All you have is the memory. Like you think of like the best friend that you had in elementary or junior high or high school, or your first couple girlfriends or good friends, like groups of friends, you know, entire groups of friends that you no longer see. And sometimes you have all those memories. Like there's so much of our life that's memories, that things constantly in flux and changing that we have, right? So in a sense, yes, memories are all we have, but we also have the moment, I guess. I don't know.
I keep seeing the world as if there will be another day in the sun and another day and another. It's endless for me. I live my life as if tomorrow will come and will happen.
Mm.
I make decisions based on that. I do not take courageous choices because I know that tomorrow will come and I will have to deal with the consequences. But if I were to take courageous choices, oh my God, what I would have done. Like the ideas. If I were to imagine that it's the last day under the sun, what would I have
I think
done?
I think it's also challenging if you're a creative person, because everyone says, just play it safe, work at your accounting firm and pay the bills and settle for, but then when you're creative, a person, you have to be creative. But then, and it's good to create like in your apartment or wherever. But at the same time, you kind of want to like, I don't know, that's my projection, right? Like you have to take a shot,
But agent, would you live your life differently if it's were the last day, Tom?
Oh yeah, I'm talking a bunch of shit, but I'm like playing it totally safe. I'm hanging out in my cave all the time. This song is speaking to my struggle. And when you speak, it's like right here, right?
Yeah.
I don't know. Like, would I take that chance, or would I just go, I gotta accept it. Let's lie on the couch with some music and just drift off.
Yeah. What if you all people are lying to me and it's not the last day and tomorrow will be the consequences? Oh my God. Yeah. And how about you, Lynn? Would you change anything if you knew for a fact that it's the last day?
I lived in accordance with my values and my faith. So I've said my piece. I've asked for forgiveness. I've done the best I could, and so I would be fine if this was the last day, and I would be fine. What makes me sad about it is I would hope that my son would be okay and my boyfriend would be okay. I guess that's what I would worry the most about, the people I love and how they would handle it. But for me, I'm good. If today was the last day, I'd be fine. I'm happy to die, a happy woman. I have no regrets. That's how I live. I know, so sad. You're giving me okay. I know. I really get it.
It gives me the feeling that you actually fulfilled the dreams that you had.
There was a point in my life where I broke. It's like I just gave up and I just totally surrendered to the will of, I'm going to use the God word, the will of God. I just totally, the Great Spirit, Mother Earth, I just totally gave everything I had to the Great Spirit. And so in that sense, my life is in her hands. It's really not in mine. I'm going to do the best I can with this body that I've been given. But I've said my piece. I've fought the good fight, and I've walked the walk, and I have no regrets. So that's why.
That's mapping to me a lot too, right? Like that surrender and then acceptance, let go, like God, like what is God's plan for you, right? You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Like you want to go where, I mean, obviously the things that are in your heart that you want to do, that things that the courageous things that you want to chase, there's a reason those are in your heart. But like in the end, the outcome is not up to you, right? And having that faith to do or do not, but also having the acceptance to accept. I don't know what the serenity prayer comes to mind.
Mm-hmm. Lynn, have you changed your opinion about that song after our analysis? Is there anything new?
No. No, I love the song, and I love Volbeat. I love the band, and I love the singer, and I love the music. So it's just good old rock and roll. But it's really fun to share such a wonderful song. It's nice to share it with you guys because good music needs to be shared.
Agent?
What is my takeaway? Yeah, there's a lot that speaks to me, really, that I've been struggling with too, you know? I don't know. My takeaway is about that courage to live life and to be authentic to yourself and to what your ambitions and goals and needs are. You know, and sometimes we sell ourselves short for like a limited sense of ourself, a small portion of what our potential has the capability of.
Yeah, like as for me, I once again thought about the dreams and the hopes that I had to accomplish before it's the last day. And this song maybe did not teach me anything new, but rather was a reminder of the things I wanted to have done. Yeah, on that cheerful note, Lynn, Agent, thank you so much for having gifts of our sponsor Free Time. Thank you for using it and showing up. Everybody, please subscribe to Lynn's YouTube channel. Also follow her on Facebook. It's Accidental Mystic. And Agent on his YouTube channel, as soon as he makes it, the link will appear below.
There is some top secret radio website and channels. If you follow the Secret Radio 69.
Yes,
.com.
Agent 69. Please give him a follow. Bye.
God grant me the serenity, some things that cannot change, courage change the things that can, and the wisdom to know the difference.
Amen.
And of course, then if you're going to say the Serenity Prayer, I have to say the Lord's Prayer. My Father, who is in heaven, holy is your name. Your kingdom come. Your will be done on earth as it is in heaven. Give me this day my daily bread. Forgive me my trespasses as I forgive those who've trespassed against me. And lead me not into temptation, but deliver me from evil. For yours is the kingdom and the power and the glory forever. Amen.
Yeah.
Amen. Do you guys
Oh,
want
really?
to hear it in Russian?
Oh, yes.
Yes.
Отче наш, сущий на небесах, да светится имя Твое, да будет воля Твоя, как на небе, так и на земле. Хлеб наш насущный дай нам на сей день, и не веди нас во искушение, но избави нас от лукавого. И прости нам долги наши, каже мы прощаем должникам нашим. Во имя Отца и Сына и Святого Духа, ныне присно и во веки веков. Амен.